going on, guys? It's your boy the Markham Knight here. Today's video is going to be all about the Peacemaker finale and the show in its entirety. So let's get right into it. Guys, I'm going to be straight up and just say I love this series. I thought it was really well done. I thought that we got a lot of, it's basically a comedy, but we got a lot of the heaviness that we haven't really seen in a lot of comedies and stuff like that. And this isn't just kind of like the Marvel type. It's basically a comedy with some heavy moments, but they still make jokes during the heavy moments all the time. Kind of like if you watch Thor Ragnarok, his dad just died and was gone, and he literally didn't really have any time to grieve about it. They just kind of moved on with the story, whereas here you really feel the heavy moments, and there was a lot of really good acting in this. And I like that it was not just a comedy, but the acting was really good, and the heavy moments hit really hard, and you actually felt it. And the next point that I want to talk about was that there was really good action. There was great action in this final fight scene and everything. Everything was really well done. We got to see a lot, and it's not even just the blood and the gore and stuff, but the fight scenes looked really cool. And coming off of something like Boba Fett, that's a really refreshing thing, because Boba Fett was kind of fighting in slow motion, and me personally, I didn't like any of that, but we got to see a lot of cool fight scenes, a lot of well choreographed fight scenes, and we got to see some more realistic stuff. We got to see the hero getting tossed around and everything, and that looked pretty cool too. But the action was great overall. Another thing that I liked about this was that this was not just a cameo fest. There was literally 0 cameos in the entire show from any other DC character that's really well known, right until the end. And then we got to see 4 members of the Justice League. We get to see Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Flash. Now, I don't think Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot were there, but we did get to see Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and we did get to see Ezra Miller's The Flash really close up, so we knew they were there. But regardless, we got to see the Justice League show up, not in time, but late. And that was kind of the funny thing about it. But they didn't really overshadow anything. The last thing that I wanted to happen was to have Superman come in and save the day when she's like, oh, bring in the Justice League. I didn't want them to just like fade to dark and then be like, oh yeah, Superman saved all your asses. I wanted it to actually be the team earning this themselves. And I really felt like that paid off really well. Next thing that I want to talk about is that this was a really satisfying finale. They closed out all of the loose ends. There was nothing really that they didn't really tie up. There was a lot of things that were kind of going on at the time, but his dad died and his relationship with his dad was already talked about. We learned about his past. We got to see Goff still there, still alive, but she can't last too long without the nourishment of the cow. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of if she's going to be in the show moving forward at any point or anything. And speaking of moving forward, this show has been renewed for season 2. We are getting a season 2. James Gunn is writing all of them and directing most of them, so I'm really excited about that, and that's going to bring me into my overall rating for this show. This to me is a 10 out of 10. I wouldn't touch a single thing on it. I thought it was really well done. And guys, I'll be honest, James Gunn is a really good director, but after Guardians of the Galaxy 2, I was kind of like, nah, I don't know if I'm feeling this anymore. And then when he did the Suicide Squad, I was super excited. And then the first half of Peacemaker, I loved it. And the second half delivered. It was really good. This is probably one of the best things I've seen from James Gunn. I really enjoyed the shit out of this show. This is probably, outside of, I did say this before, but I don't think this is better than The Boys, but I do think it's on that level where I'm that excited to see every single episode. I think The Boys is probably the best TV show in decades, but this is right up there with that. Another 10 out of 10 for The Boys, but this is also right up there. This was a comedy. It's obviously a very different styling, but I thought it was really good. Anyways, guys, you watched Peacemaker, or if you didn't, give it a chance, because it's really good. But tell me what you think.
This is the Markham Knight, and I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.